For this video, we will be learning how to do the Tunisian rib stitch, and I will be using an Afghan hook. This one is a 6mm hook, and of course you can use whatever size you need to get the size of stitches. And to begin, we'll start with a slip knot, and your number of chains will be a multiple of 6. For this sample piece, I will do 12 for my multiple of 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there is my multiple of 6. And now I will add 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we are ready to begin. Row 1 will begin just like any other Tunisian stitch. You're going to skip that first stitch and start in the second stitch from the hook. I'm going to be working in the back loops. I think it just gives it a cleaner edge that way. So you're going to insert your hook, grab your yarn, and bring up your loop. And for the remainder of this row, you will be keeping all of your loops on the hook. So insert your hook, grab your yarn, bring up your loop. And you will continue this all the way down to the end of the row. Insert your hook, grab your yarn, and bring up the loop. And here I've completed row 1 and I'm ready to start row 2. All of my loops are on the hook. And so we'll grab the yarn, pull through that first loop, then grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops. Grab the yarn, pull through 2 loops, and you'll continue this for the remainder of the row. Grab the yarn, pull through 2. Grab the yarn, pull through 2. And you'll just do that all the way to the end. And so these first 2 rows are just your basic Tunisian stitch. And we come to the end, we've got those last 2 loops, and pull through those 2. Row 3 will begin your repeating rows. And we're going to begin with 3 basic Tunisian stitches. So you're going to skip this first vertical bar here, go under the next one. Grab your yarn, bring up your loop. That's 1, 2, and 3. And that's your basic Tunisian stitch. And then you will follow that with 3 Tunisian purl stitches. So if you haven't seen the video for the purl stitches, you bring your yarn forward so it's in the front of your work. Go under that bar, keeping your yarn in the front. And I like to hold it in place while I grab my yarn and bring up the loop. So there's 1 purl stitch. I'm keeping that yarn in front. Go under the bar. Grab the yarn, bring up the loop. That's 2. And for the next one, that's 3. And you'll repeat this sequence all the way across. So we just did 3 purls, so now we will do 3 basics. So keeping the yarn to the back, you'll go under the bar, bring up your loop. There's 1, 2, and 3. And now we'll do 3 purl stitches, keeping the yarn towards the front of your work. Making sure that yarn is in the front, and bring up your loop. And there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we come here, we've got, when you get to the end of the row, you should have 3 stitches left to do your 3 basic Tunisian stitches. So keeping the yarn towards the back, you'll do your basic stitch. And then to keep this edge nice and clean for that final stitch, I like to go under both of those loops. So go under both of those loops and bring up your final loop. We're ready to begin row 4, and row 4 is just like row 2, where you're going to grab your yarn, pull through just that first loop, grab your yarn and pull through 2 loops, and you'll continue pulling through 2 loops for the remainder of this row. So grab your yarn, pull through 2. And you'll go all the way across, just like so. And once you have completed row 4, you will continue to repeat rows 3 and 4 all the way until you've reached the size of the work you're looking for. So repeat rows 3 and 4. And here I've done up a few rows, repeating rows 3 and 4, ending with row 4. And to finish off the work, so this top part will match the rest of the edges, you're going to do a slip stitch. So we're going to skip this first bar here, go under the next one, grab your yarn, and grab your yarn and bring it straight through for the slip stitch. Let's see, keep it on camera this time. So insert your hook, grab your yarn, and bring it all the way through. And you'll just continue this all the way to the end of this row. And when you get to the end, you'll tie off, and don't forget to weave in those ends. That's everybody's favorite part, weaving in those ends. But as you can see, it gives you a cleaner edge rather than leaving it all rough and bumpy, and then it makes a smooth transition to where your sides are matching up all the way around.